What's up, Greenville? It's that time again. We are going to talk about all of the events and activities that we have coming up in September. But before I do that, I want to remind you guys to be following us on all of our social media platforms. This is a great way to stay connected, to make sure you're not missing any of our events or our reminders for different events that we have. And it's also a great way to see our sermons. So you can always follow us on Facebook, Instagram, but you can also follow our channel on YouTube. We've been in a series called God Breathes, where we've been going through the entire Old Testament, book by book, and just kind of getting an overview and connecting all of these stories that we've heard probably spaced out, and we're connecting the dots as we go through these books one by one. And if you've missed a service or you've missed one of those sermons, or maybe you even want to go back and re-watch one of those sermons, you can do that through our YouTube page. So go to our channel on YouTube and you can go back and watch any of the sermons that we have done throughout this sermon series, or even the sermon series that we've had in the past. So get connected in those ways. You don't want to miss out on any of the sermons that we have. Go back, dive a little bit deeper. It's a great way to do that. So get connected through our social media platforms to stay connected, and that's a great way to start off this month. As we get into it, I've got some cool things to start before we get into our routine events. First thing that I want to address is our ladies retreat. We have a ladies retreat coming up in September. Now the actual retreat itself is going to be later in September on the 22nd and the 23rd, but we need to be signing up. Ladies, if you are interested in going to this retreat, you need to sign up by September the 9th, okay? We've been passing out those little invites. You can scan the QR code or follow the link below that I will drop on the screen. If you follow that link, that is the way that you can register and pay. The cost for it is going to cover you getting to stay at the camp for your food, all of that good stuff. But it is a great time to connect with the different women at the church, to gather together, to worship, to dive deeper into God's Word, to learn more about one another in fellowship. So we want to highly encourage all of our ladies here at GCC to come to our ladies retreat this September on the 22nd and 23rd. Ladies, sign up, sign up, sign up. We want to see you guys there at the ladies retreat. The next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is a service takeover. We've got a service takeover with our kiddos. We actually did this a while back, I think on the 4th, the July 4th weekend. Our kids came up from downstairs where they serve and where they study and have their services. They go downstairs here at GCC. They actually came upstairs and took over our worship service, and it was so much fun. They got to show us a little bit of what they do downstairs and how they worship downstairs as a children's ministry, and they are doing that again on September 17th. So you want to make sure your kids are here. You want to be here to join in worship together as a family and get to see what your kids are doing downstairs and how they are learning how to worship and what that means to praise and worship the King of Kings. So don't miss that, our service takeover with our kiddos on September the 17th. Now I'm going to jump into more of our routine events that we have. One being our Bible studies. We meet on the first and the third Wednesdays of every single month. Okay, so this kind of goes back and forth between our living groups and our Bible studies, but our Bible studies are the first and third Wednesdays of the month, and we gather here at the church in the fellowship hall. We'll have some sweet treats, we'll fellowship with one another, and then we dive into the Word. And the dates for that this coming month are going to be on the 6th and the 20th, and that starts at 7 p.m. So come here at 7 p.m., come enjoy some time together, we'll dive into the Word and have a great time. But that is the first and the third Wednesdays of the month. And then on the off weeks where we don't have Bible studies, we will have living groups. Those are on the second and fourth week of the month. We have multiple groups that meet. This is like a small group that meets together, and we have different hosts that meet at different places. So if a day works better for you to meet, or a different location works better for you, you can try lots of different things, and you can always check out our All In Board to see that. We have groups that meet on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. On Saturdays, that's where we have our kid-friendly one, but we have multiple locations for those, so you can always sign up. If you have not joined a living group, I highly recommend it. This is a great way to get into some smaller groups, to make some deeper connections with folks, to hold each other accountable, and to dive in a little bit deeper, whether that is into something related to the services on Sunday, or maybe it's a totally different topic in general, or entirely, I guess. So you can always join into a living group. You can join multiple living groups if you want to. And maybe none of these work for you, but God has put a calling on your heart to start a living group. If that's something that you're interested in doing, please come talk to me. Come talk to one of the elders or our pastor of the church, Pastor Bobby. Please come talk to one of us if you are interested in doing that. The more groups we have, the more opportunities we have to connect with others. So that would be a wonderful thing. But you don't want to miss out on a living group. If you have been wanting to connect more with the people here at the church, living groups are a great way to do that in a little bit smaller setting, more intimate setting, where we can just go through life together and dive into the Word together. So that is going to be on the 2nd and the 4th week. So if you're interested, grab one of these cards. It has their contact information. The hosts have all of their information on here. It has the location and the times, and then you can reach out to them and they'll give you more information on that. And then as you're in the group, they will communicate if there's ever any scheduling conflicts, maybe something pops up and they can't have a group that week, or maybe they want to do something extra, they would communicate directly with you. So join a living group today if you have not. Last thing with our kind of routine stuff, our GCC Gives Back ministry. This is where we serve our community in lots of different ways. We will not be having a packing day. Typically, they will pack up all of the food and the canned goods that you have gathered, and they do that on Saturdays, typically the first Saturday of the month. They actually will not be packing this month, okay? In the month of September, there's no packing. However, we still need lots of things to be gathered. So continue to gather different canned goods. There's a lovely shopping list you guys can pick up. You can take this home, put it on your fridge. All of these things gives you lots of ideas of the types of stuff that our homeless community needs, things that we gather for our homeless community. And this is not just food items, it's also hygiene items. And there are specifics on what they can take and what they can't take. So this is a really important thing. If you don't have one of these, make sure you pick one up if you are wanting to help us gather. You can just bring that to the church and we'll help put it in the spot where it needs to go for the next time that they will pack. They're always needing people to help serve. They serve on Sundays right after service, and they will actually go out and directly serve these goods to our homeless community. So you can help out with that as well. So lots of ways that you can serve with that ministry. Melissa Martin heads that ministry, and she's amazing at it. She has such a heart for it and is very good at communicating with her folks about what's going on. So if you're interested in joining that ministry, or you have any questions about that ministry whatsoever, please go talk to Melissa Martin. She's wonderful. She'll help you out, and she's just so fun to work with. So get involved in that way. So those are all of our things for our church-wide events. So we've got our ladies retreat. So this is just for our ladies. That's coming up on the 22nd and the 23rd, but you got to sign up by the 9th. Then we have our service takeover, where our kiddos are going to come up on Sunday morning and they're going to lead our worship for us on the 17th. We have our Bible studies starting at 7 p.m. on the 1st and 3rd Wednesdays of the month. So that's going to be the 6th and the 20th of September. And then we have our living groups on the 2nd and 4th weeks. So we have multiple dates for that: Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturdays. On those off weeks of the Bible studies, they will be gathering for living groups. Finally, continue to pack for those packing days for the GCC Gives Back. We want to continue collecting items for that. So keep bringing your stuff so that we can pack in the next month in October. okay? So that's what we have coming up for our church-wide events. The next thing I want to get into are our merge events. So this is for our middle school and high school groups. They have a together event coming up on September the 10th. This is where our church gathers with other youth groups around the area, and they'll have a service together. They'll do some fun things together, and they have an event coming up on the 10th. If you are interested in that, if your student is interested in going to that, please reach out to Ryan Setchick. He is our youth pastor here at GCC, and he'll answer any of your questions, give out all of the details on where exactly they're going to meet, because they kind of move around in the churches that they gather, or depending on the event, they may meet somewhere else. So he's going to be communicating with you parents, but if you're interested in that or learning more about that kind of event, please reach out to Ryan. They have their MAC or Merge After Church on the 17th of this month. So this is a reoccurring event that they do every single month, or try to do every single month, where they stay after service. They have pizza, they play games, and just hang out for a little bit. So for this month, it's actually going to fall on the 17th. So the middle school and high school kids will stay after service, and then parents or guardians of those kids, you will come pick them up at 1:30 p.m. Lastly, they have their Friday night lights. So very similarly to our living groups, where we gather in different people's homes and hang out and dive in a little bit deeper, our Merge group does this as well. However, they do this every single Friday, and they have different times where middle school and high school will meet together, and then there are certain Fridays where only the high school meets. So you want to be in contact with Debbie Brown. She is the one that hosts that event, hosts that group. She's wonderful at doing so. She's one of our youth leaders here at the church. On top of lots of hats that she wears here, she is a youth leader and is loving that role, and the kids are loving it. They're thriving in Friday Night Lights because it's something reoccurring. It's something fun for them to come, a safe place where they can come, they can worship, they can hang out with their friends. It's a great time, and they meet at 6:30 on those Fridays. So that's what we have going on here at the church. You don't want to miss out on anything. So just another reminder to be following us on our social media pages. You can always come here to service and then come into our fellowship hall. Check out the All-In Board. It has all of the information that you need. And of course, we have our text service, which is my favorite way to stay connected. It's so easy and a great way to get reminders on things, to get immediate communication on the events that we have. Maybe cancellations may occur, and you can get that information immediately through that text service. So you'll text the word notify to 62488, and that's how you get connected with that service. And if you're ever having any issues with that service, come find me. I'll be more than happy to help you. Before I kind of sign off for today, I want to just remind you that we still need some volunteers. We still need you guys. It is through us, God first, and God will work without us, but what a cool thing that He calls us on a mission, and we need you. We need you guys to help us. We've got some different spots that are needing filled in our children's ministry. They are thriving down there. We have so many kids. It's overflowing, and we need you guys. And there's more babies coming, so more kids coming. So even more so that we need you. We're not just babysitting the kids down there. We are teaching and preparing and laying a foundation alongside our parents in these kids' lives. So very, very important role in that. We need help in our kitchen ministry. We need help in cleaning. We have all of these cards here at our All-In Board for you to grab one of those things, see where a good place would be for you, see where God is calling you so that you can serve in that way. We have so many opportunities to serve here at the church or outside of the church where we can point you in the right direction if you're interested in doing that. But you got to be serving. You're wanting to dive in deeper into God's Word. You're wanting to grow in relationship with Him, and you're wanting to get more connected with the church. Guess what? Serving is one of the best ways to do both of those things. So if you have any questions on how to serve here at the church, come find me. Find Shay Markham. She is our family pastor here at the church. She's incredible and has a wonderful heart for your kids, for families here at the church, and wanting to lay down that foundation that is in the home, not just here at the church. So talk to her, talk to me, or you can email us at our church email. I'll drop it below. Send us an email if you're interested in serving in some way, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. I'm excited to learn more about God together in this upcoming month. I'm excited to fellowship with one another and to serve alongside one another in September. I hope to see you at all of these events, except for our men at the ladies retreat. Not allowed, that's just for us girls. But other than that, I want to see every single one of you guys there. I am excited to do all of these things with you. I hope you don't miss out. If you have any questions, just come talk to us. We love you guys. Have a wonderful week. God bless.